Okay, bear with me. Me and public speaking don't really get along. Thank you, Coach Lawson, for that kind introduction. What you don't know is this summer I had actually talked to Himes about who I should have to introduce me, and she said I should ask you first. And if you declined, then she was going to do it. But since you graciously agreed, you let Himes off the hook, and that probably makes her happy. For those of you who aren't familiar with the softball program, the #1 unwritten rule is to keep Himes happy. If you keep Himes happy, things will run smoothly, just like I hope the rest of this speech. When I came to Kentucky from Arizona almost 11 years ago, becoming a member of the Hall of Fame was only a dream, something I never thought was possible. Now, through hard work, God-given talents, great teammates, and great coaches, that dream has finally become a reality. I would like to thank my parents for their undying love, support, and guidance, and for always being a positive influence. For spending all those weekends traveling to softball tournaments, and for giving up real vacations for close to a 10-year stretch as I was growing up. My parents were also the ones who helped me decide to play softball. I have 3 older siblings, 2 brothers and a sister. My sister is athletic, ultra-competitive. However, she didn't do the sports for the long term. But both my brothers played baseball, so naturally I wanted to play baseball. And let me tell you, I was a baseball junkie. I never turned down an opportunity to go to the field or catch a game on TV with my dad. I started my baseball career like most, playing t-ball, and by the age of 8, I had broken a professional minor leaguer's nose. Yeah, you heard that right. An 8-year-old girl had broken a professional minor leaguer's nose. My coach pitch team at the time had raised the most during a Little League fundraiser. And we had the opportunity to play the Tucson Toros, which at the time was a AAA affiliate for the Astros. I was chosen to pitch because, well, I was the only one that could throw it far enough and hard enough. One of the Toros came up to bat and thought he would be cool and try to bunt it. And what do you know, he bunted it off his face. By the age of 10, I was the first girl to make the 9-10 Little League All-Star team. After that season, my parents approached me with an opportunity to try out for one of the premier travel teams in the state of Arizona. I reluctantly agreed to attend the tryout, convinced I wasn't going to like it. As it turns out, I made the team, so I had a decision to make. Continue to play baseball or make the switch to softball. I told my parents that I would make the switch under 2 conditions. I didn't have to participate in the cheers, and if you have ever been to a youth softball game, you know we cheer for anything and everything. And I wanted to start shaving my legs. Both obviously very important to my success. Well, needless to say, my parents agreed to my terms and I officially began my softball career. And my cheering boycott, well, that lasted about 2 games. So thank you, Mom and Dad, for agreeing to those terms and for always supporting me regardless of the circumstances. I would like to thank my siblings, Chris, Sarah, and Daniel. Growing up, you were great role models for me, and I looked up to you. You did a great job trying to include me in things, even though I was your baby sister. Thank you for taking me to tournaments when Mom and Dad weren't able to, and even though taking your baby sister to softball wasn't your first choice of things to do on the weekend, I knew I could always count on you to be my cheering section. And hey, taking me to California and Florida couldn't have been that bad. And as we grew up and you all got married, I knew I could still count on you, as well as Jamie, Jason, and Lacey, and all the kids, to be in the stands cheering me and my Kentucky teammates on whenever we traveled out west. Now that I have moved to the coaching side, they continue to support our Kentucky softball girls every chance they get, and I can bet my sister still yells at the umpires. I would like to thank my grandparents, Joanne and Charles, who are in attendance tonight, for all their love and support through the years. They are also a part of the Kentucky Softball Fan Club. Anytime we travel to California, we know they will always make an effort to make it to our games. In 2014, they were in attendance along with my siblings, their families, and other extended family members, as our girls went on to defeat number 3 seeded UCLA Bruins and earn our first ever berth to the Women's College World Series. I want to thank my husband, Alan, or Tink as many of you know him by, for all his love, support, patience, and hard work. He is one of the hardest working individuals I know, and I admire him for that. As you all know, being involved in college athletics, you have a pretty crazy and sometimes unpredictable schedule. So having a spouse who understands is a blessing. And now with a toddler running around, it adds another level of excitement to our lives, but we have enjoyed the ride. To Alan's parents, Bus, Crystal, his sister Jessica, and Nana, thank you for welcoming me to your family with open arms, and thank you for your unwavering support to Kentucky softball. To Coach Lawson and Coach Himes, thank you for always believing in me and challenging me to be better. Sorry. When you arrived after my freshman year, my career in the Kentucky softball program were changed for the better. I always thought of myself as a defensive player. But with your guidance, I was able to excel offensively as well. Without your coaching and leadership, I can't imagine what the final 3 years of my college career would have been like. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to return to shortstop. Thank you for all you do and for putting UK softball on the map. Thank you to all my softball teammates and coaches throughout my career. Without you, this prestigious and humbling honor and all the awards and accolades along the way wouldn't have been possible. Thank you, Coach Tracing, for helping me build the body of a Division I athlete. And to Coach Kropp, thank you for all that you've done for Kentucky softball. We are reminded of your impact every time we walk into our facility. I would also like to thank the UK Athletic Department, Mitch Barnhart, and the University of Kentucky for giving me the opportunity to continue my education in the classroom, on the field, and in the office, while representing this great university to the best of my ability. My time at UK also helped propel me to the US national team, where I proudly represented the University of Kentucky. I am forever a member of the Big Blue Nation, and I bleed blue through and through. I would like to congratulate my fellow inductees, as this honor is well deserved. It is humbling to be inducted alongside such an incredible class. For those that I have forgotten to thank, I apologize, but I can assure you your impact has not gone unnoticed. Thank you.